Namaste, yogis. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sam, and I'm going to be the leader for this peaceful yoga flow that I've put together. It's very intentionally opening up the hips, so if you have any tension or hold any stress there, we're going to be working on this, finding some movement and opening up that mobility within our hips. And then we're also going to be focusing on opening up the heart, bringing some breath into the chest. And this is really good for opening up our spine. Our spine is our lifeline, and intentionally bringing breath up and down that spine, and especially into the heart. So before we begin this peaceful yoga flow, I personally love to use some essential oil to bring in that extra aspect of the senses and remind me to be calm and to be peaceful. So I do recommend, if you have any lavender essential oil, using 1 or 2 drops. I take 1 or 2 drops and rub it between my hands, and then I just put a little bit right behind my ears or maybe on my arms, something that when I'm in movement in the poses, I'm gonna sniff it and remind myself, oh yes, I'm breathing intentionally, bringing peace into my body and bringing all senses into the practice, and creating not just a class, but creating an experience for yourself. So if you have some of that, I do recommend using it. In this class, we're going to be flowing, starting on the ground, on our knees, up into standing postures, and then back down again. So making sure, if you need any blocks or bolsters or any assists in the practice, being sure that you have those nearby in case you need to grab them. With all that being said, roll out your mat, prepare your space, light a candle or some incense, and let's go ahead and get into it. Starting the class with a seated meditation, either on your bum or on your knees. I'm going to start on my knees just because that's how I practice this flow, and I really like it. If it's uncomfortable for you and you have some tension in your knees, maybe bringing a blanket, a folded blanket underneath your knees to offer that extra support and comfort, that's a great option as well. So wherever you are, letting your hands rest on your body. And for this meditation, the duration of the meditation, really intentionally trying to not move the body and to stay as still, stable, and strong as possible, so that the only thing that is being placed with the awareness is going to be the breath, and anything else is a distraction, and just constantly coming back onto the breath. So letting the hands fall wherever is comfortable, let the shoulders melt away from the ears, and let the eyes come to a close as we settle in here for our meditation to begin the practice. And putting the awareness onto the breath. Just noticing how the body is moving with each inhale and exhale. If you notice those inhales are filling up your chest, try to bring the awareness into the belly and expand it on the inhales, and bring that belly in on the exhales. Using these belly breaths to intentionally calm the body, to calm the nervous system. And now beginning to lengthen the inhales and elongate those exhales. Together we'll breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Let it out. We'll be moving into some box breathing here. So together we'll inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold at the top for 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, we're working through the box. 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. One more round. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. And last hold, 2, 3, 4. And deep inhale. Fill up all areas of the body, all the way up to the collarbones. And nose or mouth, exhale, let it out. Just like that. Inhale, fill up the body. And exhale, let it out. Last one. Inhale. And really let it go. Good, and now if you're sitting on your bum or on your knees, moving to the back of the mat, we're gonna come in for a closed leg child's pose. So that just means the legs are together and dropping the belly onto the thighs. Forehead is gonna come onto the mat. And we're gonna bring the arms by the side. This is a really great low back reliever. So when you inhale, really intentionally fill up in that belly and that low back and feel it expand on your legs. And as you exhale, imagine any tension or stress in that low back coming out with the breath, leaving the body. This is closed leg child's pose in Sanskrit. We call this balasana. Good, and moving through a couple more really deep inhales. And really deep exhales. Good, and picking up your head and rolling onto that right temple so that you're getting a little stretch in through the neck here. Keep those breaths rolling like the waves of the ocean, coming up onto the sand with the inhale and receding back with the exhale. The inhale fills you all the way up to the shore. The exhale takes you back out. Good, inhale, picking up the head, coming onto the left temple. And again, nice deep breaths, intentionally breathing into the sides of the neck. Letting it go on the exhale. Imagining those oceanic waves. Maybe making your breath sound like the ocean as well. Constricting the back of the throat on the exhales. Last inhale. And exhale, let it go. Nose or mouth. Inhale, coming back up on to our hands and our knees. and just drawing the chin into the chest. You can keep the hands down on the mat here, just rocking the neck left to right. Hung neck sways here. Inhale, picking our head up. Exhale, hands plant behind us. We open the chest and just gentle here, but you're pressing down through the hands, and that is pressing the heart forward. You're using this muscle, the strength of the muscles in the back to press the heart open. You should feel a slight stretch here in the biceps with the arms. Hands can be facing forward or back of the mat, totally up to you. Keeping the neck, the cervical spine in line with the rest of it. So you're imagining it as all one length, not just letting the head drop back, but intentionally opening the heart, keeping the neck connected. Good, and exhale, chin comes back to chest, coming back over, hands and knees, tabletop position. We're gonna come into some gentle cats and cows here. So moving through, lubricating the spine with oil, with our breath. Inhale, we drop the belly, put the bum up to the sky. Imagine in the back of the head coming to touch the tailbone as you look up to the sky for cow pose. And exhale, chin to chest, press the floor away. Really draw that belly button into your spine. Inhale, cow pose. Look up, open the heart, chest opens, throat opens. Exhale, cat pose, press the floor away, belly button to spine. Good, moving through 3 more at your own pace, taking or stopping where anything is sticky or adding any of your own authentic movements where you need. Using the breath as your guide. And then at the end of your last exhale, we'll come into tabletop and we'll walk our hands forward, come into a gentle cobra, drop the hips down, and just gentle opening through the heart. So the hands are pressing down into the ground and you're lifting your heart up and through your arms. Shoulders are pressing away from the ears. We don't want to slump in like this. It's not good for the alignment of the body. So really just opening up through the heart and pressing down through the ground. And one more nice big deep inhale. Exhale, we're gonna spinal wave back to our child's pose. Touch with the forehead. Inhale, come back up through cat. And inhale to cobra. Drop the pelvis, look up, open the heart. Exhale, chin to chest, back into child's pose, balasana. Forehead touches for a moment. And inhale, come back up through to center to cobra. Drop the hips, open the heart. Exhale, move back into child's pose. And this time we're going to take a wide leg child's pose, so the more typical balasana, the more typical child's pose, with our arms forward out in front of us, and drop the forehead down. And rocking the body left to right, just bring some movement into the hips here, moving any tension away and out of the body with the breath. Maybe closing the eyes. Rocking the forehead out, massaging the third eye. And inhale, coming back up, switching the wrists so the front of the wrists go to the front of the mat. Just taking a couple moments to walk out the wrists here, just getting a nice stretch into them. Very important for any poses that you do later on, or really anything in your life where you're using your wrists, like driving or cooking or picking up kids or picking up dog food or literally anything with your hands. So walking them out and really intentionally bringing in the breath. If you notice something's a little pinchy or tight, maybe pausing and taking a couple breaths there. Good, and inhale, coming back up, moving the hands out of the way, moving the legs out of the way, shifting onto the bum, straightening out the legs in front of us, and just pitter-pattering them, slowly bending and straightening one and then the other, rocking the hips left to right. And drawing the heels together for Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. And soles of the feet come together. We're not going to draw the soles of the feet closer to us. We're going to draw the hips closer. So that way we are encouraging that pelvis to tip forward. And that's where the stretch is coming from. It's not coming from this arch in the spine, but rather tall, erect spine and rooted down through the ground is where the stretch is coming from. So grabbing with the peace fingers, the big toes, and we're just going to imagine, just like in Cobra, that heart coming forward out through the arms. And you should feel even like the muscles of that back are kind of working, and that's great. You should be feeling that there. If you'd like a different hand variation, you can just grab the shins here as well. And when you're ready, we're gonna start to forward fold. Again, imagine tipping through the pelvis, not bending over with the spine, but really tipping through, opening up the hips. And wherever you have the hands, you're gonna notice your elbows are gonna start to bend. Using those elbows to gently encourage the opening of the legs, getting deeper into the hips here. With every inhale, you're filling up the body with the breath to all areas of tension. And then the exhale, you're taking all that stress and tension that you're holding and you're exhaling it out. And you're letting that shit go, literally just like letting it go. The inhales, you fill up the body, you notice and become aware of any tension and stress being held. And on the exhales, you're letting that energy go. It no longer is serving you. You do not need to carry it anymore. So working this pose with the breath, maybe closing the eyes and allowing yourself to just go deep. Good, and inhale, coming back up to center, keeping that left leg where it is. We're going to straighten out that right leg. Toes are going to point up, and then you can draw this a little bit closer, but again, making sure that you're deeply rooted in through the hips. And we're going to come into a half leg forward fold. So again, rooted down through the bum, we're tipping through the pelvis, and that's where the fold is coming from. The rest is just a wave of the spine. So using the breath, inhale, filling up, allowing the space to be created, and then exhale, allowing yourself to move into that space. Letting the breath be your guide here, keeping that right foot intentionally flexed. If you need to put a block behind it to encourage that, you can do that as well. And then eventually folding, letting the elbows come down, maybe dropping the head all the way, grabbing any part of the leg that is comfortable for you, remembering to press down that left knee, opening up that left hip as well. Couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, coming back up, we're gonna pop the left sole of the foot on over the opposite side of the right leg. We're coming in for a twist, so that back left hand is gonna go behind us. And you can either, with that right hand, hug in that left knee, and on that exhale is when it takes you to look back over that left shoulder. If you'd like, you can do a different hand variation where you reach up with this right arm, and on the exhale, bring that right elbow outside of that left knee. And still flexing through that right foot or point, really whatever feels good here. We're focusing more on the twist. So the inhale again fills you up, and then on that exhale, belly button really hugs into the spine as you press that air out and look farther over that back shoulder, even getting a stretch in through the neck here. Using the breath to seeing if you can revolve even a little bit further. Good, and inhale, we'll come back through to center. Both arms are gonna reach up. And exhale, we're gonna go on the opposite side. So planting both of the hands down on that right side and just a gentle bow forward over those hands. Good, inhale, coming back up through to center, straightening out that left leg, switching, coming on to the other side. Right leg comes in on that left leg, flexing through those left toes. Again, tipping through the pelvis. If it helps you here, inhale, rising up those hands, reminding yourself to lengthen through all parts of the body, and then you allow for the pose to happen. So we lengthen, we inhale, and then we exhale, and we move into that space, and we contract. Inhale creates the space. Exhale, you move into that space. Allowing yourself to take some really nice deep breaths here, really letting go of any tension that you're holding in that left hamstring, and also reminding yourself to encourage that right hip to continue to open up. Inhale, picking our head back up. Popping that right sole of the foot on the outside of that left leg. Bringing that right hand behind us. And again, you can either hug in with that left arm on this right leg, or you can reach up and lengthen and come around on the outside using that elbow to press into that knee, encouraging even more of that twist. And on the exhales is what takes you back to look over that shoulder. On the inhale, you fill up and you feel that belly press upon the thigh. And on the exhale, you get skinny. The belly button hugs into the spine and you revolve even further, looking over that back right shoulder, getting a nice stretch in through the spine and moving any food in the body, improving our digestion, creating more space for our body to actually be calm. But an inhale, coming back through the center, both hands are going to reach up and lengthen, and exhale, planting the palms on that left side. Just a gentle bow over that head in honor of and gratitude, or just because it's the physical posture and that's what I'm telling you to do. Inhale, coming back through the center and pitter-pattering out the legs, this time coming up into our standing posture. Just bringing some gentle movement into the body as we stand here. So exhale, forward fold over the legs, drop the head down. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, lengthen through the crown of the head. And exhale, forward fold again, drop the head. One more time, inhale, long spine, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold, drop the head down. Bend the knees, let the belly come onto the thighs, grab elbow to elbow, and rock side to side or remain static for ragdoll position. Releasing the hands, slowly coming up to rise like a bubble coming up to a surface, vertebra by vertebra. Head is going to be the last thing to click into place. You are in no rush. Good, and once we get here, inhale, arms are going to reach up overhead. Gentle press of the hips forward. And exhale, hands come to prayer center and down by our side. Again, inhale, arms reach up overhead, gentle press of the hips forward. Exhale, hands come through prayer center and down by the side. Last time, inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, hands come to prayer center, and the thumb knuckles are going to come to rest at the heart. Just allowing the eyes to come to a close for a moment here. And exhale, coming into chair pose, so bending the knees, dropping the hands onto the knees. We're going to do some chair, cat, and cow poses. They feel very good for the spine. So inhale, the hands gently come back. We open up through the heart. And exhale, hands come back to the kneecaps. We press in that belly button to spine. Inhale to cow. Doing about 3 more, just noticing how deep you can go in these postures with the spine, using the breath. Last one. And exhale, releasing down, forward folding all the way down. Letting the head drop. Inhale, long spine, halfway lift. And exhale, this time letting the left foot drop to the back of the mat. And we're going to keep that right foot in between our hands. Just getting into the hips and releasing, again, anything that no longer is serving us. So you're using the inhales and exhales to let shit go. Gentle rock side to side, bringing some movement into the hips. Or just staying static. Good, and bringing both of the hands inside of that right foot, heel toeing that foot to the outside of the mat, coming in for our lizard pose, and again, finding some dynamic movement, or just allowing yourself to stay static, but really intentionally bringing that knee over that ankle. So if you need to move yourself a little bit forward to get into that. Maybe allowing the eyes to come to a close. And inhaling, heel toeing that foot back over to the left side, coming in, setting up for half pigeon. So dropping that right knee down, that left knee straightens out that back leg behind you. And again, you can either stay high here, maybe if you have a couple blocks and you want to just stay in this beautiful position up top, a tall pigeon, or if you feel like you want to go a little bit deeper, just allowing yourself to come down onto the elbows here, allowing your eyes to come to a close, and really using the breath here to let go of any tension or stickiness or judgment or doubt or emotions that are stored here in your hip, just letting it go on those exhales. Long, deep inhale. And even longer exhale. Last round, inhale, and exhale, letting it go. Picking ourselves back up, and this time we'll switch the legs. So right leg goes back, left leg comes in between the hands, and just stretching out that right hip, noticing all that work we've done, and just feeling how good it feels to open it back up again. Finding this low lunge on the left side, maybe rocking left to right, or forward and back, or just staying static. Beautiful, and heel toeing that left foot over to the left rail of the mat. Both hands come inside for our lizard pose. Again, you want that left knee over that front ankle, using the breath to get into the hips, and either rocking left to right or staying static. Totally up to you. This is your practice. This is your body. Nobody knows your body better than you. And inhale, heel toeing that left foot over to the other side, coming in for half pigeon on this left side. So dropping that knee down, that right leg goes long behind us. And again, you can either stay tall like this, you can use blocks or a blanket, whatever feels good for you here. But just really allowing yourself to get into that left hip with the breath. So whatever you need to take to get there, by all means, taking it here. And maybe eventually coming down onto your elbows, closing your eyes, and just allowing yourself to go really deep with the breaths here. Really imagining on those inhales that a flower is blooming, and you feel that energy come into the space, and on the exhale, closing back up. Imagine the root going deeper. Inhale, filling up deep. Exhale, letting it go. Last inhale. And big, deep exhale, letting it go. Inhale, picking the hands up. Swinging both legs in front of us. Pitter-pattering them out. And slowly coming onto our backs for Shavasana. Letting the arms come by the side, letting the heels come out to the rails of the mat. And just allowing our face to totally melt down to the ground. Arms by the side, palms are facing up. Closing the eyes and allowing the breath to no longer be under our control. And just letting our body recalibrate and recenter and rebalance itself. All of the limbs in perfect alignment here. Bringing the awareness back onto the breath. And gently wiggling out the fingers and the toes, maybe licking the lips, rocking the head left to right. And rolling onto your right or left side for fetal position, using your arm as a pillow. Those knees in by the side, and just taking a moment for yourself before we get up and move on with our day. Just taking a moment to be so grateful for this life that you live in, this body that you have, and the mind, and the brilliant, intelligent mind that you get to use every day. Inhaling ourselves up to a comfortable seated position at the tops of our mats, bringing our hands to prayer center. Just so grateful to be in this Zen mode and just noticing how peaceful you are right now, and taking this calm, tranquil vibe with you into your day and sharing it with everyone that you come into contact with. Inhaling our thumb knuckles up to our third eye, forehead center. And exhale together, we bow and say, Namaste.